welcome to another round Sports Views. Tonight I'm reviewing Toronto FC 2, NYCFC 2. First half, pretty bad. Second half, woke up. What a comeback. Proud of the boys, as you can see. I got my brand new ring light as well, so these videos look great again. So let's get into it. The goals were scored as follows. Santiago Rodriguez in the 12th minute. Ball gets in. He makes a run. Nutmegs Bono. Not great by Gonzalez either, tracking him. He just standing there. Ball's put in. 1-0 New York. Ismail Tajuri Shradi gets a goal. Given away by Zavaleta. He's back to his old tricks, but he actually had a good second half. But in the first half, he was back to his old tricks. Shradi makes the run. Puts it past Bono. I think that was another nutmeg. I think the keeper's got nutmegged like 3 times in this game. 2-0 New York. That's the way it would go into half. But they change it up at the half. At the half, they bring on Achara. Boom. I knew something was going to happen. And they bring on Ralph Priso for Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore as follows. Well, Achara for Altidore, Bradley for Priso, of course. But those were the right subs to make, and I'll get into that after I talk about the stats. In the 49th minute, Richie Larea gets a pass in from Pozuelo. What an amazing play, by the way. A play that only Pozuelo or maybe Soteldo can make. We desperately needed Pozuelo to play, and I said we needed him to start. Well, guess what? He helped. Then Richie Larea nutmegs the keeper. Amazing play. 1-2. Then, in the 55th minute, Alejandro Pozuelo gets a goal as well. Ifun Inyachi Achara gets the assist, cross the ball in. Pozuelo takes a shot, puts it past, or passes it to Pozuelo. They're both on the run. Right in line with the defense. They're onside. Pozuelo gets the ball. He pops it in. Easy goal as you like. 2 goals in 10 minutes to make it 2-2. That's the way it would end. But I'll take the draw because that draw meant a lot. And I'll get into it. With that said, 10 shots to 15 on the stats. 6 shots on target to 5. 48% possession to 52% possession. 434 passes to 472 passes. 78% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy. 6 fouls to 17. 3 yellow cards to 1. 0 red cards to 0. 7 offside to 0. 7 corners to 2. Toronto FC had a horrible first half. Horrible first half. The first half was a total shambles. A total joke. The defense gave away goals that they shouldn't have given away. Hell, there were a couple that should have been scored. It should have been a win by New York, frankly. Even with the 2 goals that they scored and the 2 goals that TFC got back. Should have been a 3-2, 4-2 win with how it was going. Because they had a ball that went across that if a player got onto it or it was actually hit with any sort of power, would have went in instead of just going to Kamar Lawrence. That's 3. Point is Toronto had a horrible, horrible first half, and that is mostly the reason why this is a draw. They dominated the second half. Hell, they dominated the first 10 minutes. Honestly, if they could have scored there, that's a win. This game could have went their way too. Now, the first half pissed me off. It pissed everybody off. But Javier Perez has the cojones that neither manager in the good era, I should say. Nelson would have never made that sub. Vanny never did. Armas never did. Javier Perez does make that sub. For me, Perez has cojones that most other managers that we had didn't. Now, if I could think of any other manager who really had that set of balls on him to make that sort of change, it would be Paul Mariner. God rest his soul, better man than I, Paul Mariner. It would have been him. And I love that. Because I respect that. Josie did not look good in the past 2 games. He was walking most of the time. Bradley, Priso's better. Priso is better than Bradley at this point. Right? Right. I think we can all agree on that. And honestly, Achara is better than Altidore at this point. Altidore should start at striker. Priso should start at CDM. But if I had to choose one to keep going with as starting, Bradley's going to be the harder one to convince to sit on the bench. And he does the least damage. Josie kind of does more damage by not doing anything at this state. Besides the one clutch goal he gets here and there. than Bradley does making mistakes. He doesn't really still make a lot of mistakes, but he's not fast enough. He's not tactical enough anymore. He still makes good passes, and he still is calm on the ball. I'll say that. But Ralph Prizo just adds more to the game that we need at this point. I think if you want to win, you have to make some changes. And the changes you make, what that second half showed, is that this team needs those changes. And it doesn't just need them at the 45th, 50th minute every game. No, you need to start them. Achara is amazing. I said it first and I'll say it again. Ifunenyachi Achara will be the David Freese of 2021 TFC, so if they make a playoff run and an MLS Cup run. And they can. Because after New England, every other game is a trash team except Philly. So this New England and Philly, if we play like we did, and you could say, but what about Nashville, playing them again? Here's the thing. We play like this, we beat them. And we should have beat them last week on Saturday. We should have. Whether that be the last second penalty or that being a foul throw, we should have beat them. We dominated them most of the game. And we should have beat them in Nashville. That was our best game of the season under Armas. Seriously, we've just been snake bit there. I think us at our best beats Nashville at their best. Which they were those 2 times. But we were not at our best. We were just holding on for dear life at most points. So with that said, Nashville doesn't scare me like New York, New England, and all that. And Philly. Philly, I think if we play like this, we draw them at home. I do. Which by then, if we win all these games, even 3/4 of the games before that, and just draw the rest, we should be in good position. I still think we make a run. I do. This second half shows you a lot. The first half was not great, but this second half showed you a lot about this team. They're not going to roll over and die. That's the bulldog mentality that I was talking about. They don't roll over and die. No. They fight. They will fight until, figuratively, they dug a hole for themselves. That last bit of dirt covers their nose. That's when they'll stop fighting. But they're not just going to allow that to happen. All right? They're going to climb as long as they can. Right? And they still have a good pile before it hits their nose. You know what I'm saying? So they're still climbing, and they should be. They're back to 12th now with that win, or the draw. But it feels like a win, doesn't it? But that was the bulldog mentality I've been talking about. They fought. They did not quit. They got fired up. They made some changes, and they did not quit. And they got back in it. And they made it a brand new game, and they should have scored at least one more. I feel good about this. This is a complete contrast to the Philadelphia game. This is. They made changes, but they just didn't seem to wake up. Besides Achara, when he got put on, again, looked great. Other than that, nobody else looked great against Philly. Everybody else was a team effort. They know they can't lose. And they know they can't do this. And they came back. And they almost won anyway. And frankly, for me, I'll take it. I'm not happy. I'm not 100% okay, how do I put this? I'm not overly happy, but I'm not angry. I'll take the draw. I think at this point they'll kick on. I actually think they'll beat New England again at home next week. Crazily enough, I think we will. Because you know what? I think we will start Achara. I think we will start Prizo. At least start him over Delgado. You know? Do that. And I think we win. I really do. I think this is the moment that really sets it off. I think this is the moment that really sets off the run. It wasn't the 5 games in a row unbeaten. This is the moment. This is the moment. If they're going to make a playoff run, it starts tonight. I don't think they're giving up. And I don't think they want to give up. I think they're going to pull this off. And I know you could say that's crazy, but I've said crazier things. I believe in them. And the draw was good. Now I think Westberg should also start in goal. I think he's healthy now, so go ahead and do that just as well, just so we could see. I think you should start him in goal, frankly. We need that. I think he needs to start in goal. But Achara needs to start at striker from now on. I totally believe that. And I've always been high on Achara, and he's shown, even after the ACL injury, he's still worth to be high on. I even said it before he played on the game against the Union. I said he's the David Freese of this 2021 TFC team. Almost said 2011 because of the Cardinals. But see, that's the reference I'm trying to make here. David Freese, bit player, breaks out and becomes a legend. That's what Achara could do, and he has that potential. And it's not like he was a bit player. He was going to be a big player in 2020 till he tore his ACL. But it seems like everybody forgot about him. And I'm saying he's still going to be good. And I said it while he was hurt. I still believed in him. I bought this jersey during COVID, during the lockdown. I bought this jersey during lockdown in 2020. Then he got hurt. And I looked like an idiot for doing it. And he even posted this on his Twitter when I got it in May. He was thankful, Achara. He loved that somebody bought his jersey. And I'm happy he was so thankful. He's a great person, and he deserves to succeed. And I always thought, during that preseason in 2020, he would be amazing. He showed it against New York. Last year, the last game at BMO before all this happened until recently. He comes back, looks amazing against the Union. And I made the tweet about the David Freese type player thing a couple of minutes before the Union game. And he looks great in that game. And I said, hey, that's the one bright spot. I was right about that. And look at it today. Achara shows why I was right. I was high on him the whole time. I believed in him because he deserves to be believed in. I know he has talent. I knew the ACL injury wouldn't hurt him. It was sad to see him get hurt or hear that he got hurt. I didn't. Nobody saw it except Omar Gonzalez. But I was like, damn, I had him on my top 6 young players going into MLS's back tournament. And he got hurt. And I think he would have been what Ayo was had he not got hurt. I really believe that. He would have been in Ayo's shoes. Ayo might not have been a thing if Achara doesn't tear his ACL. But in a twist of fate, Ayo gets hurt. And I'm not saying anything that anybody wanted it. I did not want to see it. I love Ayo Akinola. He did a lot for this club, especially last year. And even this year. And Canada as well. But in a cruel, ironic twist, Ayo tears his ACL. And that opens up the backup spot to Achara because Dom Dwyer ain't doing jack shit. And Mullins, I still want Achara. I still think Achara is better. Now, Peruzza could have deserved a chance, but Achara has proved himself to somewhat at this level. To where, and Perez saw it, by the way, because he was at that game in 2020, because he was on the other side. So he knows, and he's watching training, and he knows. I think he knows what I know. I think I'm in sort of a brain link with him, not saying I know anything about him, but if I agree with what he's doing and I could say, here's what you should do, here's what I see, I think he agrees. It's not like Chris Armas where he doesn't know what the hell he's doing and I'm making better points than him. Have you noticed that when I made points during the Armas era, I made good points and people agreed with me? I'm agreeing with Perez. I'm standing with him. He's doing a damn good job. I have a brain link with that guy. I really think I do. He's smart. He's amazing. And he sees probably what I saw with Achara. And he gives him the chance. And look what he's done. Assist. His first assist. BMO Field against New York. His first game back at BMO since, COVID and the ACL injury. How's that for irony? Well, not irony, but fairy tales. Well, irony and fairy tales. But still, I believe in Achara. He needs to start. And I know this is kind of getting long and I'm sort of going on this soliloquy here and I'm cutting this promo for him. But damn it, he deserves it. He deserves it. He is amazing. I believed in him since day one, and people were forgetting about him before these past couple of games. I saw it. People were like, oh, Io is amazing. Oh, Mullins is doing okay. And I thought Mullins was never good. At least nobody praised Dom Dwyer. He's the worst. He is the absolute worst. Nobody's praised Dom Dwyer. I thank people for that. They're not that blind. But it seems like people forgot about Achara. And I hated that because he's an amazing player. And I knew the ACL injury wouldn't hurt him. I had this feeling that he is so damn good that this injury would not hurt him. The recovery would not hurt him. Guess what? I was right. And I believe in him. TFC makes this playoff run. He's the David Freese of this team. He's the guy who breaks out. He's a legend. Kind of like a Divock Origi, cold hero type thing. But I like the David Freese comparison more because Cardinals are my second 2B favorite team with the Mets. They're there. I like the 2011 run. It still means a lot to me, even though I'm a Blue Jays fan. The Blue Jays were ass at that point. They had no Halladay. I was going to root for whoever came out of that NLDS between the Phillies and Cardinals, but the Cardinals came out of it, and that was fitting because I live here. But, that run was amazing, all right? I could see that with TFC, but the David Freese type figure, that run is Achara. I'm just saying. And if he scores the MLS Cup winner, I will stick it in your face. I will hold it in front of y'all forever. I'll be like, I told you. No, book it. Achara's going to score the MLS Cup winner. Book it. Book it. I don't know if it's going to be in Seattle, LA, or Toronto, but I do know he's going to score it. Book it. Book it, because this team has changed. This team is different. They're going on the run. I believe in them. They're going on the run. This game changed everything. Perez knows his best options now. He either sent a message to Josie and Bradley, especially Josie, or he knows, sorry, but we need to win. Can you understand? Take one for the team. Do you want to go to the playoffs? All right? Sit down. It's not your time no more. I can't fix the defense, but this offense, amazing. On fire. I have to make this change. And if he makes this change, we're going all the way. Forget about the defense. Look at that second half. They did enough, right? Right. So, if Josie and Bradley care more about this team and care as much of winning as they say they do, they're going to take a seat and let Prizo and Achara take over, and they should. That's my feeling. And if they do, TFC makes the run. They win like 8 straight. I guarantee it, starting with the New England game. And then you're in good shape. It's not over yet. They just got to keep winning. They just got to win, build off of this. They came back. They were like, we're not going to accept this. As in, we're not going to accept that bad start. They got the draw. That's good. 12th place instead of 13th. Keep climbing, keep winning. They could do it. So, with that said, I think this feels more like a win. I think we all feel positive right now, and if you don't, you're just a doomer that I can't reason with you. I'm trying, but I can't reason with you. So, with that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Tomorrow, I got 1,000 subs. Thank you video. I'm going to thank everybody. I'm going to have a little bit of a soliloquy, a personal promo, if you will, because I could cut promos. Just look. I could cut promos, and I'll also have a song cover in there because I think it's fitting. So I'll have 1,000 subscribers thank you video because I got to 1,000. I want to thank everybody. I want to tell a little bit of my story, as in how this past year has felt. Not my whole story, but like how this year has felt for me and what it's meant. And then also, go check out my Patreon. $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything is appreciated. Help support the channel. Be awesome if you do. Anything is appreciated. Be awesome. No matter what, if you subscribe, like, comment, all that, be awesome. Join the crew, join the family, join the dynasty. There you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.